Hey you guys, it's me, Rokket Foo, here with my very own deck profile. It's the Heretic Rockets. You know, I made it with my own creation, and I just love the deck. And let's get started. So let's get this started. So first, I run 3 Heretic Dragon of Tefnuits. What they do is when my opponent controls a monster and I get to special summon them from my hand, but they cannot attack. And their other effect is their next effect is I can tribute when he gets tributed. I get to special summon a normal dragon from my hand, deck, or graveyard, but make his attack and defense 0. Next is Heretic Dragon of Esset, and with this guy, I can normal summon him without tributes, but his attack becomes 1,000. And his next effect is I can target one normal monster on my side of the field. All heretics currently on the field becomes that normal monster's level. Then next is Heretic Dragon of Sue. I can special summon him from my hand by tributing 1 heretic. And his next effect is I can tribute a heretic except himself from my hand or field to destroy 1 spell card from what my opponent controls. And you know, like all the other heretics, I could when themselves get tributed, special summon a normal dragon from my hand, deck, or graveyard. And that's it for the heretics. And for their normal monster, I just run 1 Wattail Dragon. Pretty simple, normal monster, level 6, like the rest of the heretics, except for Esset. Pretty simple. This is the Rockets. So first, I run 3 Rocket Synchrons. These guys are like the main monster in the deck because when they are normal summoned, I get to special summon a level 5 or higher Dark Dragon for my graveyard, negate its effects, and for the rest of this turn I can only special summon dark extra deck monsters. Next, I run only two Rocket Tracers. This guy's pretty fun to use. Like, out of nowhere, he could be very good, or he could be like, damn it, like, why am I drawing him? And what he does is it's a quick effect. I can target 1 card on my 1 face-up card on my side of the field, destroy it, then special summon a rocket monster from my deck with a different name, but destroy it during the end phase. That's it for him. Next, I run 3 Magna Rockets. Pretty simple, level 4 rockets, and their effects is when they get targeted by a link when they get targeted by an effect of a link monster, destroy it. And I could send 1 monster on the field to the grave. Then his next effect is when this guy gets destroyed by battle or by card effects and gets sent to the graveyard, during the end phase I get to special summon a different rocket, or a rocket with a different name, from my deck. Then I run 1 metal rocket. His effect is when he gets targeted by when he gets targeted by a link monster, I get to destroy all my opponent's cards in the same column. So like if he was right here, I'll destroy everything in this column, you know. And when he gets destroyed by battle by card effect and gets sent to the graveyard, I get to special summon a rocket with a different name. And lastly, I run 2 silver rocket. Like most rockets, when they get targeted by a link monster, I get to destroy it. Then I get to choose 1 card from my opponent's extra deck and send it to the graveyard. It's pretty cool. And when he gets destroyed by battle by card effect, I get to special summon a rocket from my deck with a different name. Next is it's time for like the non-heretic rockets, just simple dragons. 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal. He can, you can banish a dragon on the field. You can banish one of your dragons to special summon him. And once per turn, once per turn and only that turn, you get to special summon 1 dragon from your hand or deck. Next is Absterrouter Dragon. I only run 1 of him because his effect, it's good, but I think having more than 1 is just too cloggy for my deck. What he does is When he gets sent to the like, if I control a rocket, I get to special summon him in face up defense. That's a free special summon. Then when he gets sent to the graveyard, remember, sent to the graveyard, I get to add one rocket monster from my deck to my hand. Next is Keeper of the Shrine. He's very good because, you know, he counts as 2 tributes for any dragon, but I don't really run any of those. Then what I usually use him for as for a rank 4 or a link, because he's a free special summon. Because when anytime once per turn when a dragon is destroyed by battle by card effects, I get to special summon him from my hand or graveyard. Now onward for the spells. First off, I run 3 Heretic Seal of Convocations. They're pretty simple. Just add 1 Heretic monster from your deck to your hand. Easy. Next, that's it for the Heretic spells. So next, I run 3 Quick Launches. What they basically do is I get to special summon 1 Rocket monster from my deck. It cannot attack this turn, and at the end of the turn, it is destroyed. Next, I run 3 Boral Regenerators. And with this guy, I get to target 1 rocket in my graveyard, special summon it. Its effects are negated, and if it will get destroyed while equipped to this, I get to draw a card, but when it leaves the field, banish the monster. Ooh. That's it for all the Heretic and Rocket spells. Now it's time for just the generic stuff. This one is my personal favorite. Like, I know everyone hates this card, or, you know, some of my friends hate it, but Dark Sanctuary. I love this card. I don't use it's a Destiny board effect, so I'm not going to mention it, but what I like it for is when your opponent monster declares an attack, flip a coin. If it's heads, negate the attack. If it's heads, negate the attack, and inflict damage to your opponent equal to half of that monster's current attack. If it's tails, the attack goes through. It's a risk, but I like risks. I like chances. You know, it's fun. Next, I run 3 Exceeds Import. This deck is mostly Exceed heavy, so I found it that this card is very useful. What it does is I get to target 1 Exceed monster I control. I get to target 1 Exceed monster I control and 1 monster my opponent controls. That monster my opponent controls becomes my Exceeds material, and I can only use this once per turn. Next are my 1-ups. First, Heartbeat's Feather Duster. You know, destroy all spells. Raigeki, destroy all monsters. Foolish Burial. You know, send 1 card to the graveyard. I like to use this because I like to send my Keeper of the Shrine because he has a graveyard effect. I like to send my Wattail Dragon because I don't like drawing into him because he doesn't do anything in my hand. And I like to send Absolouter because he has that send to the graveyard effect. Foolish Burial, send him to the graveyard, add a quick rocket of my choice to the grave. I mean, to my hand, from my deck to my hand. So he's very useful. My Monster Reborn because, hey, a free special summon. And lastly, I run Ultra Polymerization. This card is very useful because I get to, you know, pay 2,000 life points, fusion summon using 2 monsters I control, and you know, I just send them to the, you know, I use 2 monsters. My opponent, neither player can chain to this effect or respond to it. And its graveyard effect is I get to banish its card, special summon the materials I used. Now it's time for the extra deck. I run all 4 extra deck types: fusions, synchros, exceeds, and links. First off, I run Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. His materials is 2 dark dragons on the field, except tokens. His first effect is I get to choose one of my opponent's monsters. He gains attack equal to its current attack. Then his next effect is once per turn, I get to target 1 level 5 or higher my opponent's monster. He gains attack and his name is switched to that guy's attack until the end of the turn. And lastly, when he is destroyed, I get to destroy all my opponent's special summon monsters. Next is Borolo Furious Dragon. His material is 2 Dark Dragons. His first effect is a quick effect. I can just destroy one. I can destroy 1 card on my side of the field and 1 monster on my opponent's side of the field. Just destroy them both. His next effect is while he is in the graveyard, I can banish him to special summon 1 Dark Link from my graveyard. Now it's time for synchros. First is Buells of the Diabolic Dragons. His material is just 1 dark tuner plus 1 or more non-tuners. He cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects, and anytime I take damage involving him, he gains that damage in attack. Next is Borreload Savage Dragon. His material is 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuners. Easy and simple. On his synchro summon, I get to target 1 link in my graveyard, equipped it to him. He gains counters equal to the link rating, and he gains half the attack of whatever the link monster's original attack is. And the next effect is I can remove a counter to negate any monster, spell, or trap effect. Next is my Exceeds. First, I run Steel Swarm Roach. His material is just 2 level 4s. His effect is during each player's turn, I get to negate and destroy any special summon of a level 5 or higher monster. Next is Borreload X Charge. His material is just 2 level 4 Dark Dragons, and neither player can target him with monster effects. And I don't use his effect, so it don't matter in my deck. Heretic Dragon King of a Tomb. His material is 2 level 6 dragons, and his effect is once per turn I get to detach 1 to special summon 1 dragon from my deck, but make his attack and defense 0. And if I do that, he cannot attack this turn. Next is number 24, Draculus, the Vampiric Dragon. His material is 2 level 6s. Once per turn, I get to detach 1 to target 1 face-up extra deck monster. Switch it to face-down defense. Then, if this face-up guy gets sent to the graveyard or gets banished by opponent's card, I get to special summon him back in face-down defense. Next effect. When he gets flipped face-up, send 1 card on the field to the graveyard. Does not target, does not destroy. Amazing. Next is number 39, Utopic Beyond. Materials is 2 level 6s. His first effect is on his Exceed summon, make all my opponent's monsters 0. And that's about it. I don't use his other effects because I don't have Utopias in my deck. Now lastly for the links. First I run Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. Its material is just 2 dragons. His first effect is I get to tribute during my opponent's turn. I get to tribute himself to return 1 card on the field back to the hand. And when he gets tributed, I get to special summon 1 dragon from my hand or deck, but make his attack and defense 0. Next is Borreload Dragon, the big man himself. His material is 3 or more effect monsters, and his first effect is during the player's turn, I get to target 1 monster on the field. It loses 500 attack and defense forever. His next effect is at the start of the damage step. When he attacks, I get to steal whoever he's attacking, and that's it. Then at the end of the next turn, send that monster I stole to the graveyard. Next is Boral Sword Dragon. All the Borals, I run all 3 of them. This, Sword, and Load. Their all materials are 3 or more effect monsters. With him, he cannot be destroyed by battle, and I can target 1 attack position monster. I can switch it to defense mode, and he can attack twice this turn. And his other effect, when he attacks, he gains attack equal to that opponent's monster until the end of the turn. And lastly, for my extra deck is Boral Guard Dragon. He cannot be destroyed by card effects, and that's about it. I don't use his other effect. And lastly, before I go, you guys, I messed up on my deck profile. I'm sorry, I feel bad, but just to fix my error, I said these guys destroy all monsters or spells. No, it destroys my opponent's monsters or spells. Just wanted to get that out of the way real quick. Sorry. And thank you, y'all, for watching. Remember to to leave a thumbs up and to subscribe for more of these funny videos, and to make sure you ring that notification bell so you get all my notifications when a video is uploaded. Later.